Smoker. Ward goes right after Revelo, tries to drive him back. Wow, he just rushed him. He bull rushed him, Steve.
And Revelo answered with the right hand, so Revelo was ready for it.
Man, what an exciting strategy. They didn't tell us about that at the fighter meetings. So Ward gets knocked off balance a little bit. Revelo trying to just get dialed in. Man, he got ambushed. But fought it off, as you said.
Step out.
Well, Revelo, Nick, he's coming out exactly the way I said he had to. He's being aggressive with the right hand, but he's got to throw it a little straighter.
Ward looks like he's trying to throw some power shots. Real intention from him. He loves to probe to the body with that left hand. We'll watch the switching, too. He's very effective as a natural left-hander, as you mentioned.
Don't punch, step.
Amateur experience, of course. Ward, the gold medalist, that trumps anything Revelo has done, and Ward hasn't lost in 10 years. And Revelo only 5 more fights than Ward, even though he turned pro roughly 4 years before. That's because of all the injuries and promotional problems. He's had 5 times, Nick, he broke his right hand. That's amazing.
Steve, I never have called Revelo like an accomplished, really a great technician in terms of boxing, but I like what he's doing. He's really not looping the jab the first time in a while. Some straight shots, trying to set up that power right hand. He's doing some good things. Not winning this round, he walked into a quick left from Ward. I think it's a dangerous thing, maybe it's a confidence thing, but Revelo says he's faster than Ward. I don't believe it.
Well, you know, a lot of Revelo's speed, hand speed, is nullified by the looping shots. He has to throw straight shots.
Yeah, and he did there with the jab a couple of times. And I do like his confidence factor. He knows his right hand isn't going to betray him. Right hand from Ward there. Again, been broken 5 times, but he said it's healed perfectly, and he's got tons of confidence in it, and he'll need it. Ward trying to use this ring, control the ring. Revelo trying to cut him off, rush him, and land something flush. Both guys wound pretty tight, Steve.
Indeed. Well, you can understand it with Revelo coming off the layoff. Ward says he's homesick. His wife had a baby 2 weeks ago, and he misses his, he said he's really, really homesick.
Can't afford, he said, can't afford to miss tonight. What a pace of this first round. Ward tried to jump into a hook.
No punch. Step bell's coming soon.
Boy, that was a close first round, and Jerson Revelo got rushed, but he's the guy trying to rattle Ward, he says.
You did beautiful. Keep doing what you're doing, but when you move over to the right, be quick over there. Cut off the ring and set up the time.
Well, I started just basically dictate the fight. I can't let him get off to a first start, so I have to be first. Well, anytime we can go home early, that's the plan. So we don't get paid by the hour. So if I can get home early, that's the plan. So we'll just see how it unfolds. But I'm ready to go 12 rounds, and if that's what it takes, then I'm ready to go.
Step over, be quick with it, and then come back with the double jab. All right, Ken? Do that one, hit it quick in. And the other thing too, now when you go this, he's leaning on to this side. What you gonna rip it with? That left uppercut, right? Deep breath. Be focused.
You know, Ward talking about making an early evening. Revelo has been stopped twice, beaten by a southpaw, TKO'd at 9, and stopped by Alan Green. No disgrace there. Ward getting on that jab big time, looking to single shots, but he's doubling it at times. Revelo, they want him to unload that jab, but he's certainly not first so far in the second round. He's walking in without throwing anything.
I'll say this about Revelo, Nick. I gave Ward the first round, but Revelo a different fighter than against Alan Green, because against Green he was tentative, he backed up, he didn't jab with any crispness. He's much more aggressive tonight.
I'm with you. Ward trying to show some moves, trying to maybe feint Ward into committing. Well, Ward gets off first. Very competitive first round, I thought. Revelo trying to load up that right hand a little bit, but working off the left hand. Boy, it's a 16-foot ring, Steve. A stretch to 17, maybe. And Ward would rather have a bigger ring, I'm sure. He's certainly not a runner, but he knows how to control the ring very well. Now Revelo right to beat him to the body.
And Ward just missed a straight right hand, thrown with tremendous hand speed.
Revelo waiting to counter. Well, he's trying to make the play now with the jab, and Ward won't let him. Ward moving one way into that right hand. Revelo hesitant to make a move. Backing up, trying to get a little distance now. Trying to reset without throwing a punch. So Revelo just not letting his hands go at all this round. There's a flurry, and Ward got the best of it. Ward got the best of it. Revelo's backing up. He's got to land something big. He's got to go after Ward. He's very cautious. It is early, a scheduled 12-rounder. Ward again, never past 7.
Quick, don't punch.
But somehow, Steve, you get the feeling conditioning is not going to be an issue with Andre Ward.
You do. He's very relaxed in the ring. You know he trains hard. There's a big
right hand.
Yeah, that's his biggest punch yet. I thought going in that the second half of the fight would be when Ward would dominate, if he were to dominate, not the first half.
Yeah, exactly. You know, ramp up the volume of punches and the pressure, and slowly break Revelo down. But he's a man in a hurry, it seems.
Well, much of the aggressiveness I gave credit to Revelo for in the first round is gone.
And Steve, I thought it was great strategy, Ward. It's long ago and far away now in that first round to go out and really just go for it. Really catch Revelo ice cold. It didn't work. But Revelo having a sloppy round here. Not one for the Hall of Fame of either guy. Ward, they're both up and out in a hurry. Look at this. Steve Smoger has to hold him back. There you go. Oh, they punch together. Ward with that combination, but he got hit with a right counter from Revelo. Ward trying to get a little closer. Looks like he's trying to close the gap a little bit now.
Ward's got to be patient. He rushed in a little bit there. Got hit with a counter right hand.
Revelo just almost fighting off the back leg now. He can't get anything going there. He's got to just launch himself in. Ward won't be there, it seems. Revelo's got to figure a way to counter effectively, use that smart aggression, or just be first and pressure Ward. But you know, Ward said a lot of guys have tried that. Yeah, you back me up, and then they feel my power and they're surprised. And Ward said he feels very comfortable and just more powerful at 68. He's not a single shot knockout guy by any means, but that was a nice combination.
Sure was, and he stepped to the side right after throwing it.
So Ward now using the ring masterfully as he creates a little space and is controlling range nicely. Revelo's just waiting.
You see Revelo, that was a sloppy
an amateur move from him.
But you see, Ward is moving mostly to his left. You would think that's into the power of Revelo.
Right, he's been doing that. Steve, again, I haven't. Revelo's just not a great boxer. And we did like that he was sticking his jab and he was on it and he was straight with it. But he's starting to forget a lot of things and he's looking a little sloppy. Swings the left hook. Boy, Ward sees really well. He's been wobbled by 2 left hooks in his career. Dropped, in fact, by 1. Kenny Koss, really a club fighter from Minneapolis, wobbled him. I should say the right hand.
Darnell Boone from down fighter we've seen on Showbox. Darnell Boone, a very good trial horse. That was an uppercut that dropped Ward.
Now Revelo gets the crowd into it, gets himself into this round.
Ward with a good left hook there. Revelo's hands were low.
No switching so far from Andre Ward. He said, I don't just do it, I just feel it. And as a natural left-hander, if it's working, I stay with it. He's not trying to do it to confuse his opponent. He's trying to do it when it's most comfortable for him. Now,
and just like I said in the first fight, I don't think Ward switching to southpaw would be necessarily the best idea. I know that Revelo lost to a southpaw, but Revelo's right hand is his only ticket to victory. Why give him a chance to land it?
Ward just beat Revelo with a punch. Nice, as it looks like he's sweeping this fight early. That was a good combination before the bell from Ward.
Ward coming forward there at the end of the round. First time we've seen it.
Talked about he's not letting his hands go, and also you talked about the fact that he was moving into Ward was moving into the right hand power of Revelo, but Revelo just not letting it loose.
And I don't like the body language in the corner of Revelo, and I don't like how he's reacting to Ward's power shots now. No head movement, his hands are not up.
And yeah, that's a good observation, Steve. You just sense Ward just absolutely under control, but getting more confidence as he just feels he's got Revelo's number. He is looking for a stoppage, in my opinion.
He is, and key moment right here. Let's see if, as this round progresses, if Ward backs Revelo up. If he does, it's going to take
the beginning of the end.
Yeah, and it's going to take a miracle right hand by Revelo. But maybe it was going to take a miracle right hand by Revelo all along.
I would think it would, but Revelo's got to be coming forward to do that. Ward does not leave himself out to dry often. His left hand is low, and there's that wild right hand from Revelo. Missed by a mile, but there it is again as Ward stepped in and then fired that left. Now Revelo's walking forward, but he's waiting. Good pace to the super middleweight fight, but it's Ward punching when he wants and moving around, resting when he wants. Says, look, Revelo's the guy on the back leg again. Steve, he doesn't know how to handle those rushes from Ward.
Where? You're okay. You all right? Okay. All right. Okay.
Nick, did Revelo point that out to the referee that there was something? I guess he got
Yeah,
bumped.
because he didn't. Steve Smoger didn't admonish Ward for butting him. We didn't see it. He didn't see it. Whoa, wild shot. Revelo shouts at Ward.
Boy, Revelo's technique is going south. I mean, he's losing it.
Steve, I've never liked this technique. I don't like to overly criticize, but for an Olympian, he does a lot of things wrong. He's got to land that right hand. It's apparent now, and he is really trying to just load up.
Don't punch, step.
And give it to Ward for taking him completely out of his game. Ward lands a cleanup left hook there.
Don't punch, step.
There have been times tonight when Ward has jumped in. I don't love that. He's getting away with it, but he's jumping in.
You know, I noticed that in a couple tapes, just refreshing my recollection of him. That is a habit.
Don't punch.
And occasionally.
And I think that's what I meant when I said that sometimes he tries too hard for a knockout.
Ward's not jabbing right now. Left hand's low. He'll poke with the left, trying to show him that left, unload the right before the bell. Halfway through, if it goes well.
From round 4, watch Ward holding his left hand very low and with the up jab right in the middle of Revelo's face. Revelo, no reaction to that punch. Take another look at it. See where the hand comes. You do get a different angle to jab from when you hold your left that low, and that's exactly what Ward did. Ward is a thinking man's fighter.
Apologize, my mistake. We're only in the 5th. It's really gone at a pretty fast clip. We were alluding to that. Steve Virgil Hunter, the chief corner for Andre Ward, addressing exactly what you had talked about, not to be off balance. So that would come from those looping, lunging shots, jumping in. All right, let's talk about it specifically. Revelo, you know, you talked before the fight, Steve, that he's got to set up the right hand. He's got to land it.
No.
How can he start some kind of strategy that's going to start paying big dividends?
Well, it's about the right hand for Revelo at this point. The technique has gone south, as I said. It's going to be very difficult. Ward is going to have to help him by jumping in with something a little wide or wild from too far away, and Revelo's going to have to time it perfectly. But I don't see Revelo right now with that capability.
Yeah, Revelo was deluding himself when he said he has faster hands than Ward.
No, Nick, I think he has very fast hands, but when you throw looping shots, you lose that speed.
Ward's beat him a punch repeatedly. Now Revelo waiting for a charge from Ward. Ward clips him on the way out. Nice right hand. Wild right from Revelo. Revelo resets, walks into a jab. There's Ward southpaw, first time.
Let's see if he stays there.
Don't punch, step. Turn around.
He feels he's in a comfort zone, just pawing that jab. He smacks Revelo with a looping left. So he is staying southpaw. Strictly headhunt, it looks here. Yeah, that left hand catching Revelo and made him think twice, didn't it, Steve?
Revelo's got to try his own right hand if he wants any chance.
Just not letting his hands go. Forget about letting him fly, just throw some punches.
Step. Good. Step out. Hands up.
He's just letting Ward dictate this fight. What is Ward doing that makes him hesitate that much? Maybe I'm not saying he drives him back, but maybe he does punch with some authority. More than give him credit for.
Well, he certainly punches sharply and he's accurate. I'll say that. There's Ward lunging in again with the left hand. He's got to get rid of that habit. No need for that.
I got to tell you, Steve, I thought Revelo another chance would be to be rougher and tougher than Ward, and he's not. Ward's the tougher, rougher guy.
Good point, especially with a 16-foot ring. They really never have fought on the inside. And with a 16-foot ring and Ward backing up for most of the fight up until now, that would have been an opportunity for Revelo.
Oh, boy, Ward let his hands go there, scored with a combination. He's going for it more as Revelo goes down to his knees and sits on the ropes at the bell.
Took advantage.
I got it. Listen to me. When you throw that, don't follow him quick. Tap to the body. Put that right hand in there. Breathe it. And he lets go. Where's that right? Out, man.
Ward's been off his stool for 30 seconds, Steve. He is ready to rip. And he does with the right hand. He showed the jab, and then he connected.
Put your hand up.
Shortening up the right, not totally successfully, but Ward landing the sharper, cleaner punches. As you said, it's been beginning to end that fight. Right hand drives Revelo back. Shows the jab, flashes the right.
I talked about Ward diving in. That's a negative. A couple of positives, Ward. In the past, sometimes he punch and step back, punch and not follow through, as if he was scared to stay in the pocket. Tonight, he's staying in the pocket, and he's jabbing sharply, not just waving that left hand out.
Revelo complaining to the referee. It's almost like a vision problem, it would seem. Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I really like the fact that how fast Ward fights. And he's willing to engage, like here.
The more physical fighter on this infighting that is Ward, not Revelo.
So Revelo is nullifying his own chances of victory. Oh, he got hit with a left hand, just backing up. I don't know what Revelo's doing trying to create distance that way. You said maybe he's getting hit too much inside. Look at him backing off, trying to do what? Just unload a right hand? Now he's running for Ward. He's running out of gas, perhaps. He's having a fight taken out of him. Getting broken down, Steve.
And his legs don't look good either, Nick. He's not set to throw a crisp right hand. You have to be quick and have that right foot, digging into the canvas to throw that right hand. He doesn't look that good on his legs.
Ward's done a terrific job this fight. He came out, tried to rush and catch Revelo, but he boxed all early in the early rounds, increased the volume. Now he's pumping up the pressure even more and trying to break down Jerson Revelo.
Hands up.
Revelo, the taller guy, doesn't bother Ward a bit. Showed him the jab. It didn't get there, but the right hand did.
Revelo's 2 stoppage losses, Nick, came in rounds 9 and 8. In those fights, he was slowly broken down. It seems the same thing's happening in this fight.
Yeah, the pattern is falling into place. Now inside, Revelo not getting mean by any means. He's holding on. Got a free hand, but elects not to use it. It's Ward trying to fight his way out of the clinch. And a nice little short right hand from Ward scores just before the bell as we approach the halfway mark.
Yeah, I think so. You taking one of them blue iguanas home, Nick?
I don't think so. I'll admire him from a distance. And that's what Revelo's been doing with Ward.
The good news for Revelo, no sign, at least that we know of, that there's anything wrong with his right hand, which has been fractured 5 times. The bad news, he's not landing his right hand, so what difference does it make?
Yeah, exactly. Nice right hand from Ward there. Ward getting free shot after free shot, beating Revelo to the punch.
And I talked about Revelo's right hand. When he's moving back, which he's doing now when Ward punches, he has no chance of setting himself to land that right hand. So his options are basically down to 0.
That's so well put. Running around is not going to win this round. He's bewildered.
At least he tried a right hand there and may have partially landed it.
I got to give it to Ward. Ward can play it safe. He can win from outside, never get in any kind of danger. He can just outbox this guy all night, but he's been inside. In front of Revelo, he's turned well. But still, he's been a target. He's willing to trade with this guy all night. Right hand as Revelo tries to start behind an ineffective double jab. Now it's Ward. He likes to do that, go to the body with the jab. Very few body shots in this fight, Steve.
Yeah, when they've been in close, it's been wrestling. Good point, really. Ward, everything's been up top. He's an interesting fighter because
yeah, I think he spoke to his energy, his level, the fact that he could just adjust on the fly very well, and that he's got multi-dimension. And I would agree.
Hands up.
Now Revelo, 2 right hands all round, only 2. Is his right hand okay? I don't know. He wasn't throwing it that much before this round. That's the only reason I would think that maybe there's nothing wrong.
Well, he's not throwing his left much. He did try to flip the jab, and now it's a NFL game.
And that's the 5th time Revelo's been on the floor from either a push or a slip.
Hot and humid here in the Caribbean Showbox, coming to you from Grant Teeman. Big Charles with Steve Farhood. Happy with us.
Hands up.
Ward misses that left hook. He's taking some liberties now, but boy, he's quick. Moving real well. Revelo is the guy holding on back into a corner. Bad round for Jerson Revelo. And they need to take a serious look and have a serious talk. Because it looks like a shutout. How about you, Steve?
Shutout, 70-63 after 7 rounds.
Anything like that, drop the cork on him. Bring the
Action from round 7. Virgil Hunter wants Ward on the outside. You see him running in. It looks a little sloppy. It is a little sloppy, but no price to pay. And a 1-2 there. Revelo just didn't react. No head movement. Gloves down.
We head to the 8th, and Ward is ready to unleash. He meets Revelo. He's in the middle before Revelo could get there. It's been that way round after round. Little elbow.
Don't punch. Step.
Virgil Hunter wants Ward to play a little safe. Don't give Revelo a chance to get lucky.
Well, the corner men in Revelo's
mouthpiece out now, Steve.
Whoa.
No, I don't know what.
Now it's in round 4.
In the fourth row.
Don't punch. Step.
8 rounds or more. New territory for Andre Ward. Revelo plenty of times.
Steve, Ward looks like he can go 25 rounds. This is a sparring session for him. Oh, and he was hit. really in retreat. He was trying to save himself, Revelo.
Hey, first rule of the ring, protect yourself at all times. Sticking your head between the ropes isn't doing that.
Ward just able to do what he wants. Revelo has no answer, no clue. Runs into a left hand there. It's just he is having the fight sapped out of him. Look at Ward just feigning Revelo into retreat without throwing a punch. Now you got to start taking a look. Steve Smoger is. Revelo leans on Ward. I think his corner should be taking a look, Steve.
Revelo's eyes look good, his legs don't.
Now he's throwing back ineffectively, but at least trying to mount some kind of offense. He looked bad there in the 8th. That was a barrage from Andre Ward. Now what do you do, Steve? You know, they want Ward to, as you say, now Revelo looks bad again. Ward wants to go for it. His corner said to play it safe. What would you do?
Well, they don't want him to play it safe. They just don't want him to rush in. I mean, right now he can't miss.
That right hand. Revelo looked ready, you said, with the legs. Trying to get up. Full of fight, but a mistake.
Walk to me. All right. Get back in the corner. Get back.
Precious seconds for Revelo. He's not going to get out of this round, it looks like. Here comes the firepower. Revelo's corner throws in the towel. Revelo's corner just to the left of us hurled that towel in. And we were saying that, Steve, that his corner better take a cold, hard look at reality. And the inconvenient truth that their man had nothing to threaten, let alone beat Andre Ward.
Exactly right. Ward consoling Revelo. He has a lot of respect for him. 2 fights tonight, both stopped by the corners, and I think both justifiably so.
We had that graphic up, never been past 7, Ward, so it took him into the 8th. And man, did he take care of business. There's the loser, Jerson Revelo. Not much of a show from him tonight.
Seems odd to say, but as it turned out, Nick, Jerson Revelo's only chance to win was in about the first 30 seconds of the fight.
So it's over at 2:37 of the 8th. Jerson Revelo, all that promise, that looks like it's going to go unfulfilled.
That was for you, Malachi, Andre, my wife Tiffany. Happy birthday, Bob. I give God all the glory. He gave me the strength to do what I did. But well, I love you guys. Antonio, good job, man. Very good job.
It's all about that man tonight, Andre Ward. Again, what a blueprint. You know, first he went to catch Revelo cold, then he boxed him, then he increased the volume of shots, and then he ramped up the pressure and was chasing Revelo down, and he broke him down and took him out, didn't he?
All right, we're going to look at round 8 here. It's a 1-2, actually more of a left hook right hand combination. That first punch blinded Revelo. He didn't see the right hand coming. That's why it had the effect that he did. He barely beats the count. Smoger's at 9. And you can tell Smoger came very close to stopping the fight here. And it was right about that point where that first follow-up punch landed flush. That the corner stood up, took the towel, tossed it into the ring. Referee does not have to acknowledge that, but most referees do, of course.
Smoger was right on it, wasn't he?
Watch, left hook, right hand. Now Ward really stepped in with that right hand. Beautiful punch. And Revelo just not protecting himself really from early in the fight till later. It was just a matter of time. Revelo moving, trying to slip punches. He's still taking shots, nothing coming back. And believe me, if that towel hadn't come in the ring, Smoger would have been in there momentarily.
Jerson Revelo is finished. Andre Ward is now 16-0 as we go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 2 minutes, 37 seconds in round number 8. Our referee in charge, Steve Smoger, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout. He is still undefeated.